You know what? All right. Echo, turn on video lights. What up, Smart Rapper? Today, we are talking about, obviously another fan asked question, which is, can you make a video on what it's really like to be a pro musician / rapper? Of course, let's go over the pitfalls and the way your life really is going to change. Not all pitfalls, by the way, but the ways that your life is going to be completely different when you finally start making it towards being an actual professional musician / rapper. All right, I'm Rob Level, this is smartrapper.com, and you're going to get smarter right after the intro.
It's like action. Look, man, you can't get past me. You might just laugh me, but you cannot last me. People talk trash me, they try and classy, nasty, they try to attack me, then they try to attach me to the.
As usual, I don't want to make this too long, right? But here's the thing. Number one, as soon as you make it inside of the industry, or as soon as you have any realization of what it's about, and as you know, we've spoken numerous times on Smart Rapper TV about it being business. It's business. You know it's business. We understand it's business now, right? The thing is this, as soon as you start getting in there, you're going to recognize and realize it's all about hits, because this is a record business. Of course, you're like, I know it's about hits, man, but do you really? Because I would always think that a great song would constitute being a hit, or it would be enough to help propel my career, but it's not. Because you're not going to want to dump a ton of resources into a record that's not an actual hit. Ew. And just because your buddies and friends are saying it's a hit doesn't mean that it's a hit. So as soon as you really get in there, you're going to spend probably 5-10 times the amount of time in the studio, because you're going to be like, man, I can't, you're going to realize you can't move forward without a record. Like the record, not like, oh, this is a good song, I'm going to release this, but like an actual record, right? Because hit records are what are going to help you get to the next level. And if you're promoting anything that's less than a hit record, it's very hard to actually stay relevant above the tens of thousands of other rappers that are trying to take that space in somebody's ear and somebody's time and somebody's day. So you're gonna realize it's all about records, and you're gonna spend every minute of your day being like, I need a record, and you're not gonna feel, hit the thing, and you're not gonna feel comfortable until you have that record. And then as soon as you have that record, you're gonna be worried about what's the next record, because you gotta have another one right after that. Until you have 2 records in your pocket that you're like, these are gonna move, then you're gonna be stressing out a little bit, okay? That's number one. Number 2, your bread and butter cash flow sales are gonna come from you touring and making money off of the touring, as well as the merchandise sales, which will come from the touring itself, and then also like your fans purchasing things, purchasing merchandise as you're growing. They're getting t-shirts and mugs, whatever you decide to sell, right? And all of that money is then gonna have to get dumped right back into your next project, or like I talked about in number 1, your next single. So you're gonna think that you have all this money, but if you wanna propel yourself forward, you really don't have that much money, because every dollar you make needs to go right back into the system to keep growing. All right, that's really how business is. You don't take money out of it until you're making so much money you don't know what to do with it. Realistically, every dollar's gonna come in is gonna go right back into that. So even when you think you made it, you haven't made it yet. You know what I'm saying? That's like years later where you're really making money, and you're getting paid so much for a show that you're like, okay, cool. Like, that's pretty much the basic outline of what I'm talking about. Number 3, and this is the one that really messes with anybody who starts to become famous or successful, is you now have to watch every move that you make 10 times more carefully, okay? Because now you are not only responsible for your success, but because you are a successful brand person, artist, there's people that make money off of you. You have a team of people. You got your manager, you're gonna have a personal manager, a touring manager, you have engineers and producers, you're gonna have your team that's relying on you, that's, that you're carrying them on your back. All of these people are hoping you succeed more because you're taking care of them. Yes, they're working to get their money from you, but if something happens to you, you go to jail. Oh man. Or you just mess up once. It only takes one time to mess up a streak. Okay, you mess up once, and there goes all the cash flow. Now you're having legal problems. You do something in business that you don't do it properly, you get sued. It costs you a gang of money. Now there's like a lot of things. So you have to actually be smarter when you're more successful. Otherwise, you can possibly damage yourself in ways you're gonna have a lot of damage control issues, and you may not know how to handle them. Then you're gonna have to hire PR people to try to fix the problem. Your reputation may potentially be damaged, and it's just, there's a lot of things to it, like things that you're like, what? Like you wouldn't have to think about those things as somebody who's just like working a day job, right? Like you're just like, nah. Like in this, when you become successful, you have to watch these things so much more. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna be suing you over the dumbest stuff. There's a saying in the industry, it's like, you haven't really made it till everybody's suing you. Because everybody just wants to get some of the money when you're making money. You ever heard, like, remember the Kanye lyric? He's like, drama, people suing me. I'm on TV talking like it's just you and me. Cause like, and there's a lot of rappers that I mentioned too. Like people they get sue happy because people are lazy as f and they just want some money for nothing. And people, that's why lawyers are considered sharks, because they just be suing people to get money, even when they don't deserve the money. That's what's messed up. Number 4, you're gonna have a different level of relationship with people because you're not gonna be able to trust anybody. Anytime you hang out with a girl, you're like, does she like me for me? Does she like me for my money? Does she like me for my fame because she wants to get famous? Is it all of this stuff? And that thing is never gonna leave your mind, even if you're in the relationship 2 or 3 years. Like that stuff is still gonna be sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Or when you have a friend, like why does this person wanna be your friend? Right? Because would this person have been your friend before all this stuff? I'm not trying to like move it and make it look like it's bad stuff, because obviously there are good things about it. But I just want you to know that, to expect these things so that you're ready for when they come. That's why this is Smart Rapper, so that when these things come about in your career and you're becoming successful, you can be like, oh yeah, that's right, that's a good point, I need to watch for that. Because I didn't think about these things until I got to that level, right? You're not thinking, I was thinking I'm gonna get some money and I'm gonna go get me a car, which obviously, I mean, I knew a long time ago that's not something I would do, because I can go buy like a Benz, just go buy that bitch cash, right? Like just go buy it. But why would I just go buy that? Wow, that's the dumbest thing I could possibly do. Instead, like I said before, it's like now that I'm getting the money, now I gotta dump it into my new single, right? Yeah, I love to go get a new car. I love to go get a bunch of stuff, right? But you have to reinvest in yourself. So as soon as you think you made it, you haven't made it yet, you gotta keep working and make it more. You know what I'm saying? Your friends are gonna change, people are gonna change, people are gonna change around you because of who you are. It's just stuff like this, and I want you to recognize that, and so you could be a smarter rapper before the time comes, okay? Now, also consider, going back to the touring thing, when you're touring on a regular basis, when you're going on national tours, like that is your life. It's gonna be hard to write records when you're on tour unless you're somebody like Timbaland who got 2 buses. You got a studio bus and you got the bus you sleep on. And that's because he can go hop on the studio bus, work on music in the middle of a tour. You're not gonna be able to do that unless you making millions and millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Of course you can try to work on music, but there's so many distractions, it's hard to keep balance when you're on a tour. Like you're not eating regularly, you're not sleeping the same amount, you're sleeping on this crazy schedule. You're meeting so many different people, it's throwing you off, it's throwing your momentum off. So a tour is pretty much just a tour, and in that time you're touring unless you can really find the balance to work on music. So like, and then aside from that, you're looking for the record all the time. So then you're always in the studio. Like your life is studio and touring, right? It gets crazy. All right, I hope this gave you a little bit of insight into how to think about stuff, so when you get to that level, you're more ready for it, right? So I'm Rob Level. This is smartrapper.com. Please hit that like. Please hit me with a comment. What do you think about this? Like, I know you're gonna have some comments on this, and also hit that subscribe button. And when you do, make sure you hit that little bell button so that you are notified every single time that I release a video, which is every single day. All right, I'll see you guys next time on Smart Rapper TV. Here's some more videos.
I'm just trying to be better. 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 I'm trying to keep my head up. I'm trying to be better. I'm just trying to be better.